Hey guys, welcome to another Lunchtime review. Today I'm going to try one of these Yellowstone out of the saddle meals. This one is the crispy chicken and poblano mac, crispy white meat chicken with a bold smoky flavored poblano macaroni cheese, I'm guessing. It is 12 ounces, 340 grams. We bought these at Walmart. They were $5.94. That's the only place we've seen them so far because I think they're fairly new, or at least they're new in our area. I've never seen them before. Let's see. 700 calories for the meal, 340 grams. This is interesting. If you want to do oven only, you can do there. You can do microwave only there. Or you can do air fry, which I've never even seen. It says that's the best experience. So air fry. Weird. Okay, so you're air frying the chicken and you're microwaving the mac and cheese. Gotcha. So if you want to do it this way, you can preheat the air fryer to 375, remove chicken, leaving the mac and cheese covered, cook the chicken, just the chicken, in the air fryer for 10 minutes and let it sit for a minute. And in the microwave, you do not vent the macaroni and cheese part. You cook for 3 minutes, stir, recover, and then do it for another minute. So that's if you want to do it in the air fryer. Basically, you're making a crispy chicken, which I like that idea. If you want to do it only in the microwave, we're going to do not vent, leave the vim on, cook for 4 minutes, remove the chicken and place on a plate, it's done. Uncover your macaroni and cheese, uncover, stir macaroni and cheese and recover, and then cook the macaroni and cheese for another 2 minutes. So you're cooking the whole thing for 4 minutes, you're going to take your chicken out and let it sit for 2 minutes, and then put it back in there. And then you're going to actually let the whole thing sit for another minute. So basically that chicken's going to be stone cold by the time you get done with it. I'm going to do it this way because, I don't know. I don't know. Let me think about it. I don't know which way I want to do it. Because honestly, the best way to do it would be the air fryer and the microwave together. And that's what they say to do. I'll do it this way. So anyway, I'm going to get this going and see what it looks like. Okay, not bad. Quite a bit of macaroni. So I'm going to get the chicken going in the air fryer and I'll be back. Okay, so here it is out of the air fryer and the microwave. I did do the macaroni and cheese in the microwave and the chicken in the air fryer. That way it gets good and crispy. That's actually the bottom. This was what was on top. I'm gonna cut it to see what it looks like. Plus it lets it cool off a bit. Feels like a processed patty. It's hard to tell without actually biting into it, but I don't know. It may be. I don't know if it's actually a patty or my guess is it's processed of some kind. Yeah, it doesn't feel like a solid piece of chicken, but like I said, I'll know more when I go over there to the table and try it. And then we've got this macaroni and cheese, really thick macaroni and cheese. It cooked really nicely. Didn't get too many dry spots, which I like the kind of crispy macaroni around and cheese around the side, the cheesy parts around the edges. I like those little sections, but I'm going to take this over the table, let it cool off a little bit. You can see the steam coming over there, and we'll give it a try. All right, didn't really give it any time to cool off. I just came straight over here. Let's see if I can cut this chicken. The chicken cuts really easy. That's another reason why I'm thinking it's probably some kind of processed chicken patty. I'm just going to pick it up because I don't want to, my fork has cheese all over it. So here we go. That's your typical, not in a bad way necessarily, but your typical chicken patty you would get, like a chicken fritter or something like that. Like for example, Walmart sells the Tyson chicken patties, and they're basically ground up chicken. They've been pressed into a patty, and they've been breaded with this kind of like it's not cornmeal, but it's kind of like panko breadcrumbs kind of texture. It's kind of gritty and bumpy. It's not cornmeal though. I don't get the texture of cornmeal. Where are the ingredients? Oh, it's on the side. I don't get cornmeal, but it's more like a panko breadcrumb texture. Yeah, it's too small for me to read. I can't read any of that stuff, but it's good. It does have a really nice flavor. It's good and crispy, which I like. But the flavor, if you've had like one of those chicken patties, you pretty much had them all because they all taste pretty much the same. I like there was one little piece of cheese in there that got crispy. I love crispy cheese. All right. good patty, nothing special or magic about it. It's just like I said, any other chicken patty out there tastes just like that. Let me try the macaroni and cheese. It's very hot. I mean, the steam is still rolling on this thing. I did, the chicken patty cooked really nicely in the microwave. 10 minutes was perfect. I didn't flip it over or anything, and it's really crispy on the top and the bottom. If you were to do a liner, I'd probably recommend you flip it over like halfway through if you were to put it on something, just to make sure both sides get crispy. But that's the only thing I would do different if I did a liner. But my microwave didn't get dirty either. I mean, my air fryer did not get dirty because there's nothing on that chicken patty that's really going to make it dirty. It's not really any greasiness or anything like that. Okay, here we go. I like the flavor of the peppers in there. And then I make sure I got a pepper in that bite. It's a nice, almost like a pickled pepper. Say that one 10 times real fast. It's almost like a pickled pepper, like almost like a banana pepper that's been pickled, like the little rings. That's what they kind of taste like. I'm not really getting any like major heat, like spiciness heat. You get like I said, it's almost like a pickled pepper. So you get that little bit of that pickly kind of flavor. Not like a dill, but just like vinegar and pickle and peppers. And then I don't really get any heat. It's almost like pimento is basically a pickled red pepper. That's what this kind of tastes like. It almost tastes like a pimento in there, which pimento cheese. I love pimento cheese. The macaroni itself is cooked like a really nice texture. It's really tender without being mushy, and I do not like mushy macaroni. But it's also firm enough to where you get the texture of it, so it's not like all mush. But it's not really firm either. So if you like yours a little firmer macaroni, you may, I don't know, it's probably already cooked, so there's nothing you can do about it. But it's not really, really firm. So if you like a firmer, it may not be for you. I like it. I think it's really good, nice textures. There's tons of cheese sauce in there for sure. You get lots of it. And the peppers, you get the peppers all through there too. So you get that little pop of pepper flavor all the way through there. I got 2 complaints about the macaroni and cheese, and they're not really deal breakers, but they're just things I noticed. The cheese flavor is not a really strong cheese flavor. Like most of the flavor I'm getting is from the peppers. The cheese itself is really not giving me a lot of flavor. So you would expect a lot of cheese flavor from the amount of cheese they have in here. I'm just not getting a lot of it. My second complaint is that the texture of the cheese sauce itself is a little gritty, like it's powdery, and you only usually get that in like the cafeteria kind of macaroni and cheeses. Even a Kraft macaroni and cheese box, I don't get that gritty texture. This has that little bit of a gritty texture to it. And I have to admit, I've gotten a little bit of a gritty texture from actual cheese before. So it's not necessarily a processed cheese. I'm just saying that it is present there. The good thing is the peppers flavor is actually really nice. So the flavor there is good. I'm gonna try some of the chicken and the macaroni and cheese. I'm sure it doesn't make much difference. It really doesn't change much except you get the 2 individual flavors, but I like the crispiness of the chicken with the tender macaroni and cheese, and then you get the little bit of pepper flavor in there. I like that. I took a big bite. Overall, this meal is good. I really love the idea that they gave you both the air fry and microwave directions to where you can kind of do both, and they've said basically, because that's the recommended way of doing it, the macaroni is better in the microwave, and the chicken patty is better in the air fryer because it's going to get crispy. Your experience is not going to be as good as if you oven it only or you microwave it only. I do also like that even if you do microwave it only, they didn't stick the chicken patty on top of or underneath the macaroni, which they do sometimes in these meals. They put just one big bowl and stick the chicken in there with it, and it would have gotten soggy. So if you're just making it in the microwave, you're still going to have separation. It's not going to be as crispy, of course, as in the air fryer, but you're going to get a decent texture. It's not going to be really goopy and wet as it would be if it was mixed in with the macaroni. So I like that too. They kept it separate. I think it would be good in the microwave. I think, like I said, really the only thing you're going to be missing is the crispiness of the chicken patty. But beyond that, I think it'd be fine in the microwave as well. So overall, I'm going to give this meal a 4 out of 5. I really do like it. You get tons of food. You get 700 calories worth of food. You're getting a lot of macaroni and cheese. There's quite a bit there. And that chicken patty is a pretty good sized chicken patty. Just know it's not like sliced chicken that hasn't been processed. It has been processed. So anyway, hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching.